So, guys, Tories, we love them.
The Tommy Party.
Yeah.
Nah, not the Tommy Party.
So what's going on, man? Like Rishi Sunak all of a sudden goes from being one of the most popular, what we thought, popular MPs slash top dogs in politics to being apparently threatened with being sacked by his boss.
Yes, Icarus flew too close to the sun.
Ridiculous. And he
One
is,
of the 48 laws of power.
Yeah.
Never outshine the
Never
master.
outshine the master.
or, you know, as I like to say, don't make your boss look like a
That's why you haven't written a book yet.
soon come what? Rishi Sunak had
Anyone
to
can write a book these days, by the way. It's a fucking joke. The number of Facebook
Yeah.
things and like Instagram things I see of people that I know
Yeah.
who are writing books,
I might do it.
self-publishing.
I'm
might
not
write
hating.
a
I'm not hating on anyone who can
might
write a book, though. I'm not hating on anybody who can write a
What
book.
do you mean can write a
But
book?
bro,
If you
writing
can
a
string
book-
sentences together, you can write a book.
Nah, but writing a
You'll
book.
be surprised at how easy it is to self-publish. Like these days, I'm thinking of writing a children's book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, yeah, because I've got a little cousin who can draw really well and she wants to write.
Bro.
So it's like I'll sit with you and help you write.
That's
this thing and
Williams
draw.
money, baby.
Yeah,
go.
but with and this is technology again, right? With self-publishing, everything's accessible. Things that we used to think were difficult to do. Oh, authors, musicians. No, but you can make music yourself at home.
Yeah.
You can write books. I mean, everything's become much more accessible.
But anyway, the Chancellor had to insist that he and Boris Johnson were in tandem, or as he said, in lockstep, over major spending commitments expected this autumn, despite ongoing suggestions that they are not. Boris Johnson reportedly threatened to demote or sack Mr. Rishi last week in the latest sign of tensions between the top Tory pair. Asked repeatedly by many news outlets this week if he had ambitions to take on the top job, like many people think Rishi will, he said, "These are not the sort of things I'm focused on."
Yes, very good. Very good answer.
Apparently more than half of Tory voters want Mr. Rishi to succeed Bojo in Downing
Surely
Street.
way more than half.
Diversity, DNI, and that.
Yes.
And some 47% of Conservatives want this transition to happen in the next 12 months. Now, guys, am I completely barking up the wrong tree by just thinking that, like, this could be 100% orchestrated by the Tories because they know deep down inside that Boris is on his way out, but they have this unbelievably popular Chancellor who got us through...
Turbulent times.
No, what was it called? Furlough. Furlough Papi.
Hello, puppy, Madonna mia.
Do you think that this could be something that the Tories are orchestrating because they're like that to essentially secure the Tory majority for the next fucking couple of generations, or do you think it is real beef?
No, I think it was real big. You can tell by the nature of the leak and who and how it came out. Et cetera,
Because
et cetera.
because essentially the way this all started for the listeners who don't know, but it all kicked off because there was a leak that Rishi had to write a letter to Boris Johnson, essentially saying, "Motherfucker, all of these other countries are opening up travel restrictions and extending their furloughs. We are looking like mugs because we are not. Signed regards, best regards, kind regards, yours sincerely, Rishi."
Rishi.
Because we're not opening up.
Yes. So he was like, we are not competitive with our neighboring countries and the other European powerhouses who are opening up their travel restrictions way more aggressively than we are.
So what you're saying
And
is
that
he was
got
coming
leaked.
at Boris
He was
from
coming
the
at
right.
Boris. He was coming at Boris
From
and
the
saying,
right,
yes, saying
Okay.
we need to do more here.
Economics,
And
yeah.
that got leaked. And that's how things started.
Yeah.
So to your point.
So I don't think this is a media play. Judging by the nature of the leak, I didn't read the entire story, but I kind of caught the headline when it first came out, and then read a bit at the time, but didn't read much of the follow up. But seeing how it came to market, this one's real beef. And I did see some good analysis at the time, basically that Rishi is significantly more popular among non-Conservative Party members, and the Conservative Party membership are well aware of that fact. So if Boris were to get rid of Rishi, he would effectively become a king across the water. Was the phrase used?
What does that mean?
A king across the water is a king who sits on a throne from a distance.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think the Conservatives know that. Again, like you said, the Tories really know this job doesn't earn enough money for Boris, and he's on the way out. He doesn't really fancy it anymore. He's won his elections, and don't want to put that. He'll go down in history.
I hate the guy,
He's
but,
done his job. Yeah,
but spare a thought for what he's had to come into as PM.
but it's power plays. This is
He's
what he's
up,
wanted
bruv.
to.
This
Yeah.
fucking idiot has gone from like opportunity to opportunistically.
But he's gone
like,
from "Have I got news for you?"
Yeah.
joke man to Prime Minister will go down in
Crazy.
history as an election winner. So it's fine.
Crazy.
Khalas,
a
he's done his
massive
thing.
election as well.
Yeah, khalas, he's done his thing. Yeah. But I think the Tories know there's a lot more longevity in Rishi.
Yeah.
Like you say, he serves the DNI box. Great chat for the Tories. But listen, we've had actually 2 women and
Now
foreign
a brown man.
and a brown man as Prime Minister. You man are still doing up Jezza and Kia. Yeah. So let's not chat to man about social mobility. It's great chat. It's great Tory
I think
chat,
that you
right?
now that you mentioned Keir, yeah, what's interesting is
There's
that
nothing interesting about Kia.
No, but what's interesting is that you could probably pull parallels between what Rishi on paper offers, this kind of safe, steady pair of hands, who has the argument for why Rishi could potentially be a great leader of the party is this exact same argument that people put forward towards Sir Keir Starmer, right? So you have this crazy Jeremy Corbyn, unelectable, no strategy, blah, blah, blah. You have this crazy Boris Johnson who's eccentric and doesn't have any coherent strategy, etc., etc. And the replacement for both of these are apparently these steady hand guys who are like the return to established order, basically, right? So it could also go terribly wrong, right? Is what I'm trying to say.
This could end
Well,
terribly.
it could end terribly.
Yeah,
Getting
the same
Rishi.
way it went for the Labour Party.
Yeah.
Starmer, right? I'd like just to say on this, firstly, for Boris, Rishi's not going to be a man who you can brush off as easily, firstly, right?
Not anymore.
Because man like Sajid could get brushed, right? Whereas, I don't know if you men are aware, but Rishi's wife
Is
her dad.
loaded.
Her dad
Created
is-
Infosys, right?
Bruv, her dad is levels. Yeah,
Levels.
exactly.
Levels.
He's worth like 6 or 7 bill.
Bruv.
Like these guys are major party donors.
Correct.
He's
and,
no
like,
mug, by the way, Rishi as well. He ran. He was one of the co-founders of a hedge fund that I used to cover in London.
But he's Oxford Goldman hedge fund, right?
Yeah.
So he's got
Telem
proper track
Partners.
Yeah,
record.
but he also went to Winchester and he comes
Yeah.
from money as well,
He's
right?
got serious
From these
money.
Kenyan Indian.
He's got money, but he
descendants.
married serious
Yeah,
money.
but he married very well. So like,
Very good.
it's not like
Goals.
Sadiq Khan and thing where you're like, I don't have a power base within. Like Rishi is well connected. Like so, he's not going to be as easy to brush off for Boris. Firstly, secondly, though, I don't buy this. I think Rishi's kind of ascended to this chancellor spot pretty luckily, right?
But Boris has created
with
a
the whole
beast.
thing,
He
right?
got rid of Javid and then got in someone who he thought would be
So-
quiet and didn't realise that he turned out to be so
But
popular.
It's not a beast issue, is what I'm saying. Firstly, he's popular now because everyone's popular until there's attention put on them, and then their unfavorabilities start getting driven up. Right?
Yeah.
No, we don't know anything about him, so he's
his
competent.
advantage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why he's popular because we don't know anything. He's competent. He's delivered a couple of budgets.
Speaks
he
well.
He seems like a nice enough guy. Whatever, right? So he's liked, right? But the minute that the spotlight is on him, right? When the tabloids and the talk journalists and this and that are now all discussing him, and he is interfacing with us, the general public, much more regularly than he is. More regular interviews, more regular time on Question Time, etc., etc. His unfavorability, his disapproval ratings will go
naturally,
up
yeah.
naturally.
Yep.
The more we see him, we'll find things that we don't like,
Yep.
and the more the opposition, the Labour Party, see that he is a popular person, the more they'll work towards making him unpopular, right?
Yep.
So it's cool. He's popular now, fine. But I don't think that popularity lasts that long, right? Because the more we get to know him, I'm sure the more we'll dislike him. Because right now, it's just an image. He's just a brown man who dresses fairly well, in good shape, who's a chancellor, who delivers competent, good public speeches and la la la. So it makes sense that everyone likes him. But give the Sun, the Mirror, the Daily Mail, and all these guys 2 minutes. They'll pull up reasons why we won't like him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they see him as a Blairite type figure. He's young, slim.
When you say they, you mean the establishment, basically.
The establishment, the party, and the media to an extent. They see him as a Blairite type figure. Young, slim, relatively good looking, good for camera, good on camera. Okay, not a massively strong ideology. And I think,
Slim.
Yeah,
You watch your
in good
man's
shape. Oh yes, yeah.
man. What are you talking about?
What?
Does that go into this?
Yeah, he's
100%.
photogenic. He's good on camera.
Image on
100%.
images, everything, right?
100%.
You forgot who's in charge.
Yeah, but he's a once in a generation blustering
I
more.
didn't know you were looking
Also
at
personality.
No,
yeah.
no wonder you said Dishy Rishi. Okay, John, carry on.
Who said Dishy Rishi?
That was his nickname.
Is that what you said? Jeez.
That's what I said. That was his nickname.
All right,
Carry
nickname.
on,
I've
bro.
never heard that.
I've never heard that.
Wow, boy.
Furlough Papi.
You might need to.
Furlough. I like Furlough
Furlough
Papi. though.
Papi, that was a good
Furlough
one still.
Papi. I like.
That's what they called him, Dishy Rishi.
Dishy Rishi. That's Dishy Rishi is a bit racist. to me.
Oh boy.
For real. If you
How is
ask
that
me,
racist?
it doesn't.
I mean,
what?
you could.
Oh wait, did you
What?
hear? Did you hear
What
the
do you
term?
mean, how is that
did you
racist?
did you hear the term
Mr.
curry?
I don't see color. Yeah.
The term curry is now racist. We're cancelling the word curry.
Say what?
It's rooted in colonialism, apparently. I saw
Say
that.
what?
I saw that come up on Twitter. I didn't read it, but yeah.
You need to get off that.
Yeah, I do need to get off that. Anyway, I think that he's seen as you said, not only the safe pair of hands, but young and a Blairite figure. He doesn't really stand for much, which is kind of the Labour Party's advantage because he's like Keir Starmer in that. Okay, clearly competent, but what's his politics?
That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah, what's his politics?
So then you get in, and then
that's
it's
Labour's crack. That's Labour's crack a lie.
Yeah.
But was this beef manufactured? Going back to the original question, no. I think it's genuine, and I think it's probably actually the setting up of a platform of a Sunak ascendancy.
So
I think it is
to wrap-
manufactured though, because I think it's not. It's definitely it's 100% manufactured in
I
the
think
sense
so.
that if anything, it'd be like a Boris insecurity. Rishi's not dumb enough to make a play for Boris's job right now.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's definitely manufactured. Boris may be insecure about it, like you said, because he's created a beast and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
this ain't.
So
ain't
in
real
short, how
news.
long do you guys think Boris has left? Just a wrap. Just a wrap. 12 months.
I
Less than a
predict.
year.
No, he's got longer than that. But
Okay.
I don't think he'll be the leader at the next election.
I don't think he. I
Oh,
don't,
is it, but that's 3 years away.
3.5, 4 years
Yeah.
away. Yeah, something like
I
that.
don't think he gets to next Christmas.
Next Christmas. Or
Not
this
this
Christmas
Christmas.
coming.
Not this Christmas.
Next Christmas. Okay. Wow.
Because
you
this
give it-
Christmas is a year. When was the election? 2019.
Yeah, but we're
So they
saying the
wanna do
same
2
thing
years.
then. So we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if he's not going to lead the party for the next election, then he's going to have to go at least 18 months before
Yes.
that
Yeah.
election to give the new leader something
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Next Christmas is gone.